Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We've got another news update here coming from down under in Australia. So let's head over to the article. We'll read it and then we have some feedback, some opinions. So it says Australian regulator takes down Yepbit websites as investors report blocked withdrawals. So the quick take, ASIC removed several Yepbit websites after investors reported being unable to withdraw funds from the unlicensed digital assets and futures trading platform. The regulator denied Yepbit's claims that it had frozen investor funds, saying the platform lacks an AFSL and AUSTRAC VASP registration. So the Australian Securities and Investment Commission has joined regulators from other jurisdictions in issuing alerts against Yepbit, saying the digital assets and futures trading platform is operating in Australia without the required financial services authorization. In a statement released Wednesday, the regulator said it had removed several websites purportedly operated by Yepbit after receiving reports from investors who said they could not access their funds. ASIC has taken action to protect consumers through its website takedown capability by removing several websites purportedly operated by Yepbit, the regulator said. We have also issued warnings on our investor alert list. According to the statement, investors told ASIC that Yepbit had claimed the regulator froze their funds while the platform complied with ASIC audits or regulatory requirements. ASIC said those claims were false and that it had not taken steps to prevent the return of funds held by Yepbit. ASIC has previously issued 4 alerts on Yepbit's websites, with the first warning added March 9th and 2 further Yepbit exchange domains added to the alert list last week. The regulator said Yepbit does not hold an Australian financial service license and is not registered as a virtual asset service provider on AUSTRAC's Virtual Asset Service Provider Register. Heightened scrutiny. The latest action follows regulatory warnings against Yepbit in other jurisdictions this year. The Philippine Securities and Exchange Commission issued a cease and desist order against Yepbit Exchange Pty Limited and Fidelity Capital Investment Group in February for allegedly soliciting investments from the public without required approvals. Ghana's Securities and Exchange Commission also warned in July against Yepbit Exchange and Bonchat, describing them as suspected fraudulent investment schemes and saying the platforms were not licensed by the regulator. Separately, Ghanaian social media journalist Alvin alleged in an X post earlier this month that Ghanaian actor Jason Edwards was the mastermind behind Yepbit's operation in Ghana. Alvin also alleged that Edwards had used millions gained from Yepbit to build houses and businesses and purchase expensive vehicles. The claims have not been independently verified. The bloc attempted to reach Yepbit for comment using the email address listed in ASIC statements, but the email bounced back. So that's an interesting article. As we've been covering in Australia, you need AUSTRAC, and then soon it's going to be AFSL for most, if not all. VASPs are going to have an AFSL as well. But what's interesting here is that there's been several warnings, there's been several websites, and 2 further exchange domains for Yepbit were added to the alert list last week, but there's been warnings even back on the 9th of March, a few months ago already, and then they reiterate here that neither the AFSL nor the AUSTRAC is held by Yepbit, so that's a big red flag. And then Philippines issued a cease and desist against Yepbit Exchange, and Fidelity Capital Investment Group. I'm not sure if that's just a different holding company. And then Ghana's Securities and Exchange Commission also warned in July about Yepbit Exchange and Bonchat, which might be related to Yepbit. So the final part of the article here about Ghana's Jason Edwards, the celebrity. So this actor, not really sure what's going on there. But either way, we want to wish everybody a good day. Please stay safe out there with all of the bad actors, and we will continue to deliver to you all here on the channel stablecoin information, digital asset information, and then regulation and legislation as it relates to digital assets and stablecoins. So wishing you all a good day, and we'll see you again very soon with more videos here on the cryptodeposit.org YouTube channel. Have a good day, everybody.